guys, it's your Best Fight Friends. I'm Rachel, and you're going to hear from Kelsey in just a little bit. We have a special guest on today, Abraham Gonzalez. He's the assistant editor over at NewYorkFights.com. We invite you to go check it out, and I'll have a link to New York Fights, to his new piece, where you can follow Abe. He's a huge boxing fan, and he's a hardcore boxing fan. He knows about the history, he can compare fights, and today we have him on the show to talk about Lomachenko versus Lopez, because this is a really big fight, guys, and we're really hyped, and you can listen to Kelsey and Abe talk all about the fight, and can't wait for this fight Saturday night. And hey, thanks for watching, and enjoy.
All right, well, I'm happy to introduce Abe Gonzalez to the show, a boxing writer for NYFights.com. Abe, how's it going?
Good, Kelsey. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. But I was so excited to talk to you because we got one of the biggest fights in boxing that could possibly happen this weekend. Vasily Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez. I wanted to check your hype level about the fight because I'm 10 out of 10.
Oh, man. The hype train has left the station. It's in bullet train mode right now, going 100 miles per hour, and I love it, every minute of it.
And why do you think this fight does that for both of us? I see that a lot in the boxing community, and I think that why do you think it gets people hyped? What's so great about this particular fight?
For me, it reminds me so much of a fight that I'm obsessed with, which is Ray Leonard Duran 1. I feel like there's so many similarities between those two fights. You know, the anger that Duran had towards Leonard matches what Teofimo has with Vasily. You know, Duran wanting to prove a point, Teofimo wanting to prove the point. So I just feel like those similarities, and it just feels like a super fight. You got the young, hungry lion against the at his peak, but maybe going over his peak a little bit, champion Vasily Lomachenko, who's the pound for pound guy. So it's just exciting stuff and an exciting time to be a boxing fan.
Yeah, I'm fascinated with the matchup myself. I spent all year thinking that I would pick Lopez to upset him, but then here we are fight week, and it's really hard for me to go against Lomachenko just because his footwork is so great. He's such a good boxer. And so to me, it comes down to, can Lopez hurt Lomachenko bad enough to maybe hurt him and stop him, or at least carry the day? If not, also the thing, and you and I both know this, the guy that gets the close rounds on the scorecards is usually the A side, right? So I'm super interested in this fight. What will be great? What happens for the winner, right? If the winner of this fight, what does that do for his career, you think?
Okay, so if it's Teofimo, I think you have to say it's Canelo Teofimo.
Yeah.
At the top, you know, and he is superstardom. If it's Lomachenko, then you have to say that, you know, he enters that legendary status of being the man of our era. Maybe next to Manny Pacquiao, not as accomplished, but you have to kind of put him neck and neck, even though he has less fights.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, just imagine if, like you said, what if Lopez won? That he's 23 years old. This would put him in line to be like Canelo and arguably the next Floyd Mayweather, a guy who would just potentially be even a crossover megastar. That's how big a thing this would be. What do you think happens, though, Abe? I want your prediction for the fight. Do you think he pulls it off, or do you think Lomachenko is going to get it done?
You know, it's tough. It's tough to say, but I'm going to say this. Loma's going to win a lot of the rounds. Loma hasn't been hit by a true 135 that's really a 140 guy like a Teofimo Lopez. If he gets caught, I don't think he gets up as fast as he did with Leonidas. I think that if he gets caught, he stays down. It's going to be tight, but I'm all about the young guys, the young guns. I'm going to go with Teofimo.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good prediction. I'm glad that you had the courage to pick him because I almost didn't. I was close. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can do it. I feel like it would be better for boxing if Lopez won the fight. And that's nothing against Lomachenko, but just usually the newer, younger American guy is going to be the guy that people want to see and want to buy pay-per-views for. And if he could just what if he just ran through him, right? Like, it could be an amazing thing for the sport of boxing. How important do you think this fight is during this? We just went through this global pandemic. To me, this is the best fight of the year. What do you think? How important do you think that is to the sport of boxing?
I think is extremely important. And I think it's so important that ESPN put it on the regular platform.
Yeah.
And that gave me an indication of how big they feel like this fight could be potentially. And, on both sides, if it's Teofimo Lopez, now they've developed a superstar on regular ESPN that they can put on all of their, programming. And, he's got the looks, the charisma, and the sky's the limit. If it's Loma, sure, they keep running with it, but it's an important fight for boxing. It's an important fight, I think, just for all of us who've been just going through some things here with the pandemic and quarantine and everything else, that we have something major to look forward to. The best fighting the best at the right time.
That's a rarity. I'm super excited about it too. So grateful to have you on our show, Abe Gonzalez. He's at nyfights.com. You got any other things to pimp, Gabe? Abe, where else are you?
On Twitter at AbeG718, NY Fights. On Instagram, I have a preview article coming out called The Matrix Revolutions. And that should be coming out either today or tomorrow on nyfights.com. So look out for that.
Okay, that's great. And we'll link it in our show notes too, send people over there. So appreciate having you on our show. He's Abe. I'm Kelsey. Thanks for watching.